Let's welcome back in Pennsylvania Republican Congressman and pick up where we left off. Dan Meuser, thanks again for being here this morning. So I want to get to this. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is still confident that Democrats are going to take the House back despite the, quote, undemocratic losses. And he says if they do, they're looking to overhaul the courts. Take a look at this.
And we are going to have to explore massive judicial reform, state by state, and at the federal level, and everything should be on the table as far as I'm concerned.
So, again, rules for thee and not for me type situation. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are if they come into and have Hakeem as the speaker, they will, through regulatory means and investigations, try to overturn everything that we're working on.
Yep.
We were just watching the Department of War go through how it's reallocating funds, how it's bringing things more to the private sector, how it's increasing spending, yet at the same time reducing burdens on the taxpayers. They will reverse that because what they care most about is control within the government and the size of government. The bigger the government, the bigger their control is. So his efforts to bring in, more Democrats. We're seeing it in the redistricting. The fact that he says maximize war all the time is people should be a little nervous about. As you said, as far as the stacking of the courts.
Yes, it just seems like they're more focused on control over policy. For a while now.
I think you just summed it up. That's what the name of the party should be. The Democrat Party, control over policy.
All right, I'll coin it.
Yeah, you make a good point. I want to turn now because we are talking about midterms and they are fast approaching. But then you look at the price of gas. You look at our state of Pennsylvania right now, the average price is $4.66 a gallon. That makes an impact on people. And we know that the president is trying to call for that temporary pause, right, on that 18-cent federal gas tax. Would you support something like that? Would that work?
Well, what's going to work is as we wind down and de-escalate and we stop the reign of terror that comes out of Iran, right? That will drop our gasoline prices, fertilizer prices are tied to it, manufacturing is tied to it a lot. So that's going to happen. Now, on the same note, the 18 cents federal tax, I would support it. I've been giving that some thought. It works out to be about $2.5 billion a month. If we can lower that over the next 2 months, that's $5 billion. That's sort of a small price to pay for driving consumer demand, putting more money in people's pockets. And you're right, Charla. People are. One thing that we haven't done yet is truly bring down the incredibly high inflation that was created during the Biden administration. Over 20% price increases. So we need to do that, and that's going to come through the pro-growth policies. We de-escalate, we get out of this, we get into pro-growth. We focus on manufacturing and supply side and more energy, particularly out of Pennsylvania. Our natural gas prices keep coming down, and yet our drilling is going up. So that's very beneficial to homeowners and landowners throughout Pennsylvania. So there's a lot of good things happening. We just got to get on that more productive path. And the taking down Iran reign is no small matter. Right. We do that, and then we advance. And the Gulf nations are so pleased with what we're doing. You see that. They're not only backing us, they're looking. They're
I don't think enough people are talking about that. It's a very important point.
And then for China, the president's going to China, so China will have alternative sources for their energy, not from a terrorist regime. So a lot of really good things can happen. I think they will for the second half of the year, and then that should allow us to roll into the midterms in a really positive way.
All right, I like the sound of that. Congressman Dan Meuser, thank you for joining us live in the studio this morning.
Thanks, Charla.
Appreciate it.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.